Welcome to Starship TV, the American industrial resurgence, from the Gilded Age to President Trump's golden age of production, power, and national security. Introduction. The value of a nation lies in its ability to produce. Throughout history, the rise and fall of nations has been determined by their ability to produce. Real power and prosperity are not measured by consumption, speculation, or foreign dependency, but by what a country can build, extract, innovate, and sustain within its own borders. The United States ascended to global prominence in the late 1800s and early 1900s by becoming the most productive nation on earth. That golden era of American industrial greatness built the wealth, military strength, and cultural dominance we inherited in the 20th century. Today, a new chapter is being written. Under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump, America is undergoing a deliberate and strategic reordering of its economy, energy policy, trade relationships, and technological focus to recapture the essence of that past success, updated for the 21st century. This report examines the industrial giants of America's past, draws connections to Trump's modern revival, and highlights why national production is both the cornerstone of prosperity and the bedrock of national security. The titans of American industry, foundations of national wealth. The period following the Civil War saw the emergence of powerful business leaders who transformed the United States from a rural, agrarian society into an industrial juggernaut. Cornelius Vanderbilt built a vast transportation empire, revolutionizing the shipping and railroad industries. His integration of rail lines reduced costs, connected markets, and accelerated westward expansion. Andrew Carnegie rose from poverty to dominate the steel industry through Carnegie Steel, pioneering vertical integration to control every phase of production. His steel laid the foundation for America's bridges, skyscrapers, and railroads. John D. Rockefeller, through Standard Oil, achieved near-total control of the oil refining industry. His focus on efficiency, cost-cutting, and consolidation helped drive down the price of fuel and revolutionized industrial energy. J.P. Morgan, the financier of industry, played a central role in reorganizing the railroad system, forming U.S. Steel, and stabilizing the American economy during financial crises. His vision and capital helped create the modern financial and industrial structure. Henry Ford, by introducing the moving assembly line and mass production of automobiles, made cars affordable for ordinary Americans. His methods revolutionized manufacturing and helped establish the middle class. These men, sometimes controversial, created a legacy of enterprise, innovation, and national self-reliance. Their era was marked by infrastructure building, labor transformation, and America's rise to global dominance. Industrial infrastructure and economic sovereignty. The Industrial Revolution in the United States was built on a few key pillars: energy, mass production, and protected trade. Energy in the form of coal and oil powered the railroads, factories, and urban centers. Control of domestic resources enabled rapid expansion and geopolitical independence. Mass production, through mechanization and factory labor, made the United States the largest producer and exporter of manufactured goods. Trade policies protected infant industries from foreign competition, allowing domestic companies to grow strong before engaging in global markets. This foundation created the conditions for an economic miracle: the rise of the American middle class, urbanization, national infrastructure, and eventually the military-industrial complex that helped win 2 world wars. President Trump's golden age, revival of industry, energy, and production. President Trump's national economic vision is a direct echo and modernization of the philosophy that powered the Gilded Age. His golden age of AI, energy, industry, and reciprocal trade is rooted in the belief that a nation must produce in order to have value. 1. Industry and manufacturing comeback. President Trump views the offshoring of American manufacturing as a generational mistake. His administration's industrial policy has emphasized restoring domestic steel and aluminum production through targeted tariffs and infrastructure spending, reshoring semiconductor and electronics manufacturing from Asia, reviving defense manufacturing to secure the military supply chain, rebuilding American factories using advanced technologies like automation, robotics, and AI. The revival of steel, automotive, and construction industries echoes the era of Carnegie and Ford, but with a focus on clean production, resilient supply chains, and national pride. 2. Energy dominance, through coal, oil, and nuclear. Trump's energy policy restores the role of energy independence as a tool of both prosperity and national defense. While past industrialists like Rockefeller dominated oil, Trump expands the portfolio, supporting coal mining and coal-powered plants, including new clean coal technologies, removing restrictions on domestic oil and gas drilling, accelerating nuclear energy production, especially small modular reactors, making energy exports a cornerstone of foreign policy. His recent deal with the European Union includes commitments for the EU to purchase up to $750 billion in American energy, including coal and nuclear-generated fuel. This not only boosts American industry but also weakens foreign energy dependency. 3. Reciprocal trade as economic warfare. For decades the U.S. ran trade deficits with major economic blocs, especially the European Union and China. President Trump has reversed this trajectory by renegotiating NAFTA into the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement, imposing tariffs on unfairly subsidized imports, especially steel, solar panels, and electronics, using reciprocal tariffs to ensure that U.S. exports receive the same treatment abroad as imports do in America. In July 2025, Trump reached a landmark trade agreement with the European Union that reduced tariffs on many American industrial goods to zero, while keeping a 15% general tariff on European goods and a 50% tariff on steel and aluminum. The EU also agreed to invest $600 billion into U.S. industrial capacity. These trade strategies echo the 19th century use of tariffs to protect domestic industry during its growth phase, and represent a bold departure from globalist economic policies. Production as a matter of national security. The COVID-19 pandemic, global supply chain crises, and the war in Ukraine revealed the extreme vulnerabilities caused by decades of industrial outsourcing. Trump's policies are designed to prevent future dependency on foreign suppliers for critical goods such as medical supplies and pharmaceuticals, semiconductors and rare earth minerals, steel and defense components, energy and food security. National security is not just about military strength, it's about economic resilience and the ability to survive global disruptions. Trump's industrial strategy ensures that the United States will never again have to rely on rivals for essential resources or manufacturing capabilities, restoring dignity to the American worker. Under Trump's economic vision, production is not just an economic statistic, it is a matter of national pride, family stability, and community survival. Industrial towns across the Rust Belt and the Heartland are being reawakened. Just as Ford once created the modern middle class with his assembly lines, Trump seeks to restore that economic dignity through advanced manufacturing, energy infrastructure, and blue-collar prosperity. By fostering real productive work, Trump's policies aim to lift wages, rebuild communities, and create a more unified and self-sufficient American economy. Before we continue, you're watching Starship TV. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you find this content of value. Conclusion: a new golden age of American strength. The United States became a global power through its ability to produce steel, oil, machines, and ideas. It is only by reclaiming that ability, through strong leadership, patriotic policy, and industrial courage, that the nation can sustain its freedom, independence, and greatness. President Trump's reordering of American industry is not nostalgia. It is a strategic rebirth of what made America powerful. It is rooted in history, powered by modern technology, and aimed at securing America's place in the next 100 years. A nation that does not produce cannot lead. A nation that cannot supply itself is not free. President Trump's industrial revival ensures that America will remain productive, powerful, and sovereign.